Hey, what's going on, traders? This is the Watchlist video for Monday, November 18th. SPY kind of breaking out again out of about a 1 week range, sitting at all-time highs, another strong day. What are we watching? Well, you know what, real quick, let me talk about a couple trades from Friday that were called in chat for those that didn't make it. Peloton called it basically right there as it's breaking the high of day. You had yesterday's high, or actually at the time, Thursday's high, and then the high from that Wednesday spike just above. Stacked catalyst, right? 1, 2, knocked them down like dominoes and ended up having a pretty darn strong close. LK, Wayne and Andy basically called at the same time. LK through 22 and a quarter number inflection point with the high of day above. I'll pan out a little bit to give you a little more background on it. You had the big gap up, I believe, on earnings day, then another quiet day, and then a gap up on Friday that put it on everybody's radar. And look at that entry. I mean, I love these entries where they just never look back. And, man, it went crazy. I believe Wayne also called Roku through 152, which is right here, right? It just went red to green right there with the high of day above on a stock that everyone thinks is done going up, and sometimes they just keep going up. But there's another entry that really didn't look back. And I don't even believe on the results page I even included Amarin, AMRN, which I believe Wayne called this one through 23, whole number inflection point, red to green, high of day, not too far away. Had a pretty nice move from there as well. Teamwork's been fantastic. Several buy zone pullback plays as well. All right, anyway, let's get right into what we're looking for tomorrow. I'm going to start with Disney. Let me go to the daily chart. Disney had this huge move on Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday kind of came down on a little bit lower volume. Looking for this one to turn back up. I actually think I'd like to see it get back down near the 8-day. Like I'd like to see another red day on Monday, and then I'll really like it. But, the market doesn't always give you what you want, so we'll see what it does. I only take these trades on a proper intraday setup. RH is Restoration Hardware, a gap up and topped out at 190.50. I like it over Friday's high. If it gets there on Monday, over 190.50, you've got a half number inflection point, and you've got another catalyst just above, right? 192 basically, the high from, maybe a month ago, not quite a month ago. Plus 192, I believe, was the pre-market high, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not pre-market, after hours high from Thursday, too. So you have some stacked catalysts there. ASTC had this massive day and an inside day that closed near the high. So now we've got a high of basically 197 on Friday, and the whole number 2 could come into play as an inflection point. And this one is setting up pretty well, so I definitely want to watch it. IGT, big pop on Thursday, quiet inside day on Friday. Sometimes we get a third day play where it just pushes again. FSLY, this one's kind of obscure, but look at the volume on Wednesday. And then you've got Thursday and Friday just had a couple slightly lower highs. So I call this, again, a stacked catalyst scenario. If we can take out Friday's high, which is 20.95, there's a good chance that 21.15, a break of Thursday's high, could be another catalyst. And if you switch to 15-minute candles, you maybe have a better view of that big push that it had on Wednesday. So certainly holding up pretty well after that big push. FTCH gapped up, closing below its open, but still worth watching. If you can get through, say, the whole number 10 on Monday, you've got 10.25 as Friday's high as another potential catalyst. Workhorse, WKHS, had a big pop here, pulled back for 4 days, and then another big pop, and gave back a lot of that on Friday, but I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I think this one's set up that if it can go a narrow range and then an upside breakout, this one might continue higher. I don't love this one, but I definitely want to watch it. If you switch to 5-minute candles, you'll notice it never broke. Here's the opening 5-minute high right there on Friday. This right here was Thursday's high, and it just never got near its opening high. So if we can go sideways for a while on Monday and then break its opening high, could have a nice trade there. Pier 1, PIR, had a nice little pop on Thursday. Kind of a quiet inside day on Friday on lower volume. This is a thin stock, so be careful if you think it's setting up. Make sure there's at least some volume there to trade with. LK, I already talked about Wayne's great call on Friday, and that's a huge move. Basically went up and hit all-time highs. I think this needs to come in for a few days, but I will already start watching it on Monday for a follow-through day or a red to green if it gaps down. But certainly keep LK on your radar all week. And then lastly, I'm going to put Kern, Kern, on your radar here. A big pop on Friday and a fairly strong close. It went up to 685 if I'm not mistaken, before closing right below 6. So closing well off of its highs, but still, this thing has just done nothing for months, and all of a sudden you get this big volume spike and a pretty good-sized daily candle. So you might have a nice red to green scenario on Monday. There's plenty to watch, and we'll add some gappers in the pre-market to this list as well. Let's keep that beautiful teamwork going, and we'll see you all in chat on Monday.